Hello, welcome to Irish Football Fan TV. We're back again. The international break is upon us. We have a relegation double header with it's a playoff with Bulgaria, and I'm joined by Stefan Georgiev, who's a Bulgarian journalist. And Stefan, you were at the stadium today. What's the kind of feeling ahead of the game tomorrow?
Well, to be honest, it's not very exciting because our national team is so poor, so bad recently. It's been so like for last 15 or 20 years. And I can't say there's much excitement here in town. We're playing not in Sofia, but in Plovdiv, which is quite a big city actually, the second biggest city in the country, but not the capital. So people here probably are going to visit the stadium, to come to the stadium because the national team is playing. But I cannot say there is an excitement because we're not the favorites, as our coach said today, because of our results and our poor performances in the recent years. And actually, I think the common feeling is that there's going to be a draw, a goalless draw perhaps, or 1-1 tomorrow night. And you said it's a relegation playoff or something like that. It's a promotion playoff for us because we can end up in Division B of Nations League if we eliminate Republic of Ireland, but we do not think this is very possible right now. And perhaps we're going to lose on Sunday in Dublin, but before that, it's going to be a draw right here in Flanders.
Yeah, I think from an Irish perspective, I think we are confident, but it's only because we have players that are actually playing in good form at the moment. There's people like Troy Parrott, Jake O'Brien at Everton. So there's a few players in form, whereas before we haven't really had that. But from a Bulgarian point of view, from your players, maybe they're not maybe as known as some of the players that would have been over the years. Your likes of Dimitar Berbatov and Stilian Petrov, who obviously would have been quite big. Martin Petrov as well. But is there anyone who Ireland, or is there a few players who Ireland, key players that Ireland should look out for in the Bulgarian team?
Well, our captain, Kiril Despodov, just won his fifth award for best footballer in Bulgaria. So he's tied with Christos Stoichkov, who is also won five times this award. You probably remember him, the Golden Ball winner from the 90s. The record holder of this award is Dimitar Berbatov, who has won this award seven times. So Despodov has just joined Stoichkov on five times winning that award on Monday, like 4 days ago. And he's our biggest star, with no doubts about it. But the truth is, he is now not a main player of the Greek champions PAOK. They won the league last year, but now he's on the bench more and more often, and he's like being used as a substitution for 10, 20, 30 minutes, which is not good enough for a player who is on the wing. But despite that, he continues to be the main player in our national team because he is the player who has scored most goals in recent years. I checked it today. Our last 10 goals, the Despodov has scored five of them and assisted the other three. So without him, perhaps we do not have any chance of scoring those. And his form is not that good if we consider just his performance on club level. Besides that, I should mention Ilya Gruev, who is playing for Leeds United, but he was injured last year. He missed like 5 months of the championship games because of his injury, and he's the one who is the main midfielder in our team. The last one of three, who is perhaps the most important player, is our goalkeeper, Dimitar Mitov, who is playing uh, once again in the UK. He's playing for Aberdeen, and he has actually been enjoying quite a good season because of the Aberdeen's wonderful performances in the first half of the season, not so much recently. So our three main players are the goalkeeper, the central midfielder, and the right wing, who is our captain as well. And Ireland should be looking for the spot of and trying to keep him down. our national head coach, who has been in charge for the last 12 games. Actually, he has suffered a defeat in just one of them, but we don't score many goals. Actually, just in two games, we have managed to score more than one goal versus Hungary and versus Serbia in the beginning of his tenure in 2023, in the autumn of 2023. But those games were without any significance because we have already lost chances to qualify for the European Championship. And after that, it has been so hard for us to score goals. And I'm pretty sure and confident that it's going to be that way tomorrow night as well. We're actually missing a striker because Alex Kolev, who has been our main striker in the last several games, is injured. And in the whole squad of 23 or 24 men, I'm not sure of the correct number, there is only one striker who is a young guy without an international cap who plays for a little club in Sofia. And he has never been called up in the international squad and team, and perhaps if he can join the game tomorrow night, it will be his first appearance for the national team, and I seriously doubted that he will start from the first minute, which means that Bulgaria will play with a false nine, or perhaps Kiril Despodov, of whom I've been speaking a little bit earlier, is going to be the false nine. Otherwise, the guy named Boshidar Kraev, who scored the last game for Bulgaria when we played against Republic of Ireland last time in Sofia. He scored then. He is now a part of the Australian club and he's back in the national team. Perhaps he could play this role as a false nine.
And just obviously, there's been a lot of turmoil in the camp, the Bulgaria camp, with the coach trying to resign and then not being able to resign. What's actually been going on there? What is the actual story behind that?
Well, it's pretty difficult to explain when you're not aware of the Balkan style and all these rumors and all these scandals which are happening all the time. The thing is, one of the main guys in our Bulgarian football union, who is actually in charge of the professional football league, he has said that he wants the national coach to resign because it's unprofessional to combine two jobs at the same time because our national coach is the manager of one of our local clubs, Chernomore Varna. Perhaps you've never heard of them, but he's been in charge of Chernomore for like 7 years. And now, when he combines the two jobs, the president of the Professional Football League has said that he has to choose which one uh, he prefers, the national squad or Chernomore. And Danny Danilev has signed his resignation and said that he doesn't want to be in charge of the national team anymore. But uh, the main board of the Bulgarian Football Union didn't accept his resignation and said that they have faith in him and they wanted him to continue to do his job because he's doing pretty well. As I mentioned, we just lost once in our last 12 games, the 12 games that he has been in charge. And today he said that he's going to consider what is going on, and it doesn't matter if we lose or if we win versus Republic of Ireland on the 28th of March, which is like 5 days after our away game in Dublin. He will be at the headquarters in the Football Union and they will discuss if he will continue to be in charge of the national team or not.
Yeah, just something I want to ask you, because you said you've obviously only lost one game in 12. So what is it, just because you've no striker that you're not optimistic over the games, or is there another reason?
No, no, no. It's just because there is mm, some kind of a how can I say it? It's a poor results all the way for the last decades. We've never been to the Euros or to the World Cup for the last 20 years, and people do not believe in the national team. Uh, they've lost faith because each and every time we are losing any hopes of qualifying in the third or fourth round of each and every qualifying campaign. And it's not because of the main striker. You mentioned Martin Petrov and Steven Petrov and Dimitar Berbatov earlier in our conversation. Yes, we lack stars right now. We are missing those big names. That's pretty much obvious for each and every one. But the results have been really, really poor. Like in the League of Nations back in the autumn, we've been drawn in one group with Luxembourg, Northern Ireland, and Belarus, and it's been very tough for us to finish at the second place, which is, I think, says it all. We're not competitive anymore. We do not have any players in French, Spanish, German, English, or Italian top five leagues, and people just do not see this team as a team which can be as strong as teams like Czech Republic, Poland, Slovakia, let alone the Western European countries.
Okay, yeah, it doesn't sound very optimistic going forward for Bulgarian football then.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've been covering the national team for like the last 10 years, and we've changed so many names at the national coach position. We've tried to do it with foreigners. We've tried to do it with coaches which are prominent here in Bulgaria. We have tried to do it with some young names, but it just seems to do not work, and it's not possible to be in any equation for qualification for a major championship. Yes, I do know that the games versus Republic of Ireland are promotion or relegation playoffs, whatever you want to name it. But people just do not see any hope in that team. And I think it's because of the situation in the headquarters in the last several years. The first game of Ilan Iliev, the current coach, actually was in the night. There was some riots in Sofia versus Hungary. Those riots were against the former president of the Football Union. Audience was not allowed to attend the game in Sofia because it was considered a dangerous game, and UEFA chose to accept the bid from the Football Union that fans should not be allowed to the stadium, and it was the debut of the new coach. The game was some kind of a parody because nobody was looking what was going on the pitch. Everybody was looking at the riots outside of the stadium. And it finished 2-2, but nobody remembers the result. Everybody was talking about the scenes outside the stadium. And the day after that, the president resigned, and it was announced that there's going to be some election for the new position. So stuff like that. It's hard to explain. We're not here in the Eastern Europe.
Okay, well, look, usually when I usually finish on like a prediction of scores, so I'll get your prediction before I let you go.
Oh, probably a goalless draw tomorrow or 1-1, I think. Shall I give my prediction for Sunday's game as well?
You can if you want. Yeah, will you be over at it?
Yeah, yeah. I'm traveling to Dublin on Saturday, and I'm going to attend the game. So,
Oh, I'll be there in the
uh,
media, so I'll meet you. I'll
yeah,
be.
yeah, yeah. Okay, I'll meet you. I'll be glad to meet you. So let's say 1-1 tomorrow, and probably 1-0 to Republic of Ireland on Sunday. But we'll talk about it when we see each other in Dublin.
Yeah, I went for a 2-0 away win for Ireland, but I think it will be hard to even get that. But I think it will be interesting to see what way the game goes. Do you have social media where we could tell people to follow you on, say, Twitter or anything like that?
Yeah, I'm
Instagram.
using Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. I'm not using Instagram because I actually don't have any significant reason to not using Instagram. But that so I shall I say
Yeah.
how I'm using it?
Well, whatever your
Well, it's
at is, so people can follow
yeah,
you. Maybe.
it's on X or Twitter, whatever you name it. It's Steffi with double F Georgiev, Georgiev.
Okay, perfect. Well, listen, Stefan, thanks very much for your time. Enjoy the
Yeah.
match tomorrow, and may the best team win. Thanks so much.
See you on Sunday then. Thank you.